So we have Thor and Valkyrie together again. But is it me or did they switch roles? Okay, now that that's out of the way, hello there one and all, Raziel here, and I would like to talk to you about Men in Black International. Don't worry folks, I'm not going to trash this movie. I did actually enjoy quite a few moments in it, and definitely a few characters. It's just, in truth, after Act 1, for me, personally, this movie got really slow and very dull. And that's saying something, because there are some moments where there is action happening, but it just feels like it's just there because, hey, it's a Men in Black movie, let's have some random moments go on. And the random moments are good, but when you try to piece together the story, that's where it kind of falters for me. The start is, for me, the best part, where we see the creation of a new agent, starring, I believe her name is Tessa Thompson. As we see in the trailer, her parents were neuralized, but she wasn't, so she ends up applying for the FBI and even the CIA. The little bit of humor they try to put in is when they say, where exactly do you wish to work? She creates a box saying the agency that nobody admits, because she's hoping to find MIB within these agencies, which is cute, but of course, they don't show if she was let go or whatnot. In one of them, I think she just gets up and walks away and ends up being a telecommunicator. And again, shown in the trailer, she literally stumbles upon them. In good old Men in Black fashion, the technology is quite fascinating. One of the newest things they show is how they do their cleanups now, which is via, what the best way to describe it would be a visual negator. So although you can be looking directly at the UFO, but instead you're seeing everything without it. That's about the best way to describe it. But it's basically just a technological wall that anybody could walk through by accident. But still, actually quite cool. And the movie yet again suffers from traileritis. In this case here, involving the antagonists, there are actually multiple ones, but two in particular, actually several of them are quite terrifying, but two in particular definitely remind me of the twins from The Matrix, only done better. Because when you see what they can do, not only to the environment around them, but to people, yeah, that actually wouldn't make me want to be an MIB agent, that unless I have all the weapons. Speaking of weapons, we're going to get to that. But as far as the characters are concerned, we definitely have our two main protagonists, Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson, working together again, now as Agent M and Agent H. But like I said, it looks like the roles were reversed, because where in Thor Ragnarok, we have Valkyrie, who is not so much a has-been, but still known as a great warrior, but is in a bit of a funk. Definitely a drunken stupor, to where Thor is still, the god of thunder, and is still definitely quite the badass. But yet, here in MIB International, it's actually flipped. I don't know why they did it, but it actually works. And the one thing I definitely love with Agent M is the moment when they start suiting her up. You can see that little smile on her face that, let's face it, if we were in her place, we'd be smiling the same way. But at the same time, I couldn't help but to think of Leonardo when he and his brothers were suiting up for their first spacewalk. But that smile is just so contagious, and I absolutely loved it. As far as the other protagonists, actually, there was only one other, in my opinion, worth talking about, and that was the little guy Pawnee, played by Kumail Nanjiani. And as far as comic relief, he definitely had great comedic timing, and at first I was worried that I was going to be really sick of him real quick, but actually throughout the movie, even near the ending, I loved his character. I mean, who knows? I'm sure there'll probably be at least one or two other MIB movies. Hopefully he'll make an appearance. That would be very cool. Now, one of the funny moments I thought about was when Agent M actually finds MIB headquarters after applying at all these other places. But the thing that makes it even more comical is that instead of being recruited, as the trailer makes it look like here, she's a member. No, she just strolls right on in as if nothing's going to happen to her. Pro tip, kids, don't do that. You actually see why you shouldn't do that in the movie, but all I kept thinking is, what exactly was your game plan? So that was funny. I actually enjoyed that moment very much. Now, when talking about the antagonists, the thing that makes it interesting, when I first saw them, I'm thinking, are they twins? And sure enough, they are. I had to look these guys up because as we see in the trailer, this one scene right here where they are dancing, yeah, the scene is much more elaborate than it shows, and I'm sitting here thinking, these guys have to be professional dancers, maybe interpreted or whatnot. And I looked them up. They actually are, well, not interpreted, not that I'm aware of, but they are professional dancers known as the Les Twins. I believe that's L-E-S. Les Twins, and they're French dancers and choreographers. And I gotta give it up to them. I mean, they didn't have too many speaking roles, but the whole menacing, just glaring at you and doing the weirdness that they did, I have to applaud them as antagonists because they were definitely my favorite out of all of them. There was only one other antagonist that we see a glimpse in the trailer, and sorry to think of this movie, but all I kept thinking of was the president from, what was it, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy with the 3 arms, and even the fight scene kind of reminded me of that. But I'm not hating on it, it's just, I don't think it's a good thing when you're watching one movie and you keep thinking of many other movies. I absolutely love the Thor shout-out joke when you see Chris Hemsworth with the hammer saying that the shoe is now on the other foot, about to throw it at the alien, and just like that, the alien just catches it. Couldn't help but to bust out laughing. This movie actually has a slew of red herrings, and a couple of them are good, but the one that bugs me the most isn't even in the movie, it's actually in the trailer.
We've never faced a threat like the Hive. They can take the form of anyone.
I haven't seen that before.
Even our own agents.
So they lead you to believe, wow, this must be a great antagonist. The Hive has not only breached Men in Black, which we saw in part 2, but actually took the place. Kind of like, what was it? Invasion of the Body Snatchers or The Thing? But no, that was a straight up fake out. None of that happens in the movie, and it was very disappointing. The movie was actually directed by F. Gary Gray, who I actually didn't know. I've seen a great deal of his movies, from Set It Off, Straight Outta Compton, and as the trailer mentions, Fate of the Furious, 2 of which he actually did cameos in. So I'm a little surprised, because Set It Off and Straight Outta Compton I enjoyed thoroughly. But nevertheless, knowing that he did those movies and seeing what he did with Men in Black, I gotta admit I'm a little confused, because sure, there's a little bit of action here, but it's not as enjoyable as the other movies. And on the note of gadgets, I have to admit, I want that car, because that car was beautiful. Aside from the big red button that turns it into a flying car, which we've seen before, not hating. But of course, my favorite part, come on, you pull out the tailpipe and the hubcap and you have a Gatling gun, you pull the side of the mirror and you just have pistols galore. I'm sorry, I would love that ride. Mach 5 be darned, traffic would always be a breeze. I do love the little Easter eggs that are scattered throughout this whole movie, but 2 in particular that stand out to me. One is definitely when Emma's walking through MIB London, she looks on a wall and she sees, I guess you could say it's like a painting, if not a tapestry, of J and K going against Ed the Bug. So that was a nice little callback. But I don't think this was deliberate, but this was all I could see though. While she's walking through, it looks like she's about to be stomped on by Starro from the DC universe. If anybody remembers I believe it was the first Justice League comic book where the Justice League were fighting what looked like a sentient starfish, which was some type of alien overlord, I believe. And tell me that's not Starro right there about to stomp on her. So that was pretty cool too. I enjoyed that. I do like how they point out that there is an MIB agency in every major city around the world. They even do a shout out to one that's located in Africa. I would love to see what that one looks like. All in all, I'd have to say this movie, although it had its moments, I honestly did not really enjoy it enough to tell you guys to go and see it. I would say see this movie for 3 specific reasons. 1, you're a hardcore MIB fan and you want to see every installment. More power to you, go for it. In fact, if you go see it, let me know in the comments what you think. Do you agree with me or do you think I'm just full of baloney? The second reason, if you have one, and there's like say a discount movie day, $5 Tuesday, who knows, $3 Wednesday, something like that, definitely go that day, because you don't want to pay full price for this. Or if it's a date, go for it. That wasn't the third. The third one, and I might talk about this on another video at some time, but because Regal Cinema, if you have a Regal Cinema and you're part of the Regal Crown Club, not sponsoring, but just saying, go see Men in Black through them, because they always have these promotions going on, and right now what they're doing is I believe it's the Columbia Pictures promotion, where if you see these three movies right here, it is Men in Black, Spider-Man Homecoming, and, heaven help me, Angry Birds 2. Definitely seeing that on a $5 day. But what happens is, if you see all three of these movies and you get marked with Regal Cinema for watching them, when the time comes that they are on sale officially, and you have a Vudu account or some type of streaming account, I think Vudu's the best one nevertheless, once you've seen all three of these movies, you get free digital copies of them. I've actually been doing this for the past couple of years, and my Vudu account, I think I have, maybe 40 movies now that, yes, I did pay for them to see them in theaters, but when the time came that they were on sale, completely free. And trust me, it's definitely worth it. Even if you have to see one or possibly two movies you don't want to see, it's still worth it for the ones that you want to see. So in this case here, if you like Men in Black, there you go. I'm seeing it because, hey, I'll get Spider-Man Far From Home for free, as I did last time I got Spider-Man Homecoming. And then, Angry Birds 2. I might ask my sister if I could pick up my nieces and take them to see that, so at least I have a good reason for sitting in that theater, because I don't want to see this. Anyway, I digress. So I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. So that is Men in Black International. Like I said, it's not a bad movie. It's just, I feel like I'm doing Dark Phoenix all over again. They could have done so much more. It had its moments, but for the most part, I found it really dull. If you agree with me, comment below, tell me what you think. If there's anything in particular you'd like for me to review, again, comment below and I will do my very best to check it out and bring you a video out as soon as I can. So I hope everybody has a wonderful week to come, and I will see you all again very soon. Take care.